Okay, so week 7. I just can't believe how quickly this year is going already. We're almost halfway through the year. It's just flying by. Last week was Reconciliation Week. It was amazing seeing all our students doing a whole range of activities to bring awareness to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander histories and culture, and some of the small things that children even can do to start to contribute towards improved outcomes for Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people in our country, our First Nations people. So next time you're in the school, if you want to take the time to check out the hands that the students have made, which reflected their learning from the week, which are displayed in the windows around the school. So a nice visual reminder of what they've learnt last week. Also last week, the Canterbury Girls High School excursion. Their Year 5 and Year 6 students headed off to Canterbury Girls High School to see their musical performance. It's a nice opportunity for the schools to connect. It benefits both schools. Our children get to see a musical presentation. They get to see some ex-students that they used to see around at Wilkins, seeing them up on the stage. It's also a great benefit for the Canterbury Girls High School girls, who get to have an audience for their dress rehearsal before they perform for paying customers. So benefits both schools, and a big thank you to the teachers who at the last minute, in minutes, had to turn around their whole organisation because of a bus cancellation and managed to mobilise and get all the kids rounded up and onto the public buses and there, so they did not miss out. Some of the teachers missed out on their lunch as a result, and it was a little bit chaotic, but I think on all accounts, I think it was very much well worth it. The kids were absolutely buzzing when they came back, were so excited about it. So really glad they were able to do it. Sporting news, a little bit of sporting news. So Athletics Carnival yesterday, an amazing day. The weather held out. The students participated in track and field events in perfect weather. A big thank you to all the parents who came and helped out with timekeeping, but also those that just came to support the children, that moral support of being there. And I noticed, one of the good things that came from COVID is that flexible working arrangements that have remained in place. So I did notice a number of parents working remotely from the Oval so that they, can achieve that work-life balance, which is a really nice thing to be able to do. PWSA last week, the results will be in the newsletter this week, so you can check out how our netball and soccer teams went. And some other sporting news, congratulations to Maggie in Year 6, one of our captains, who competed in the New South Wales State Basketball Championships in Tamworth last week. So came back and then straight back to the Athletics Carnival, so big week for her. It was an amazing experience for Maggie. She learnt new skills, got to compete against the best basketballers in New South Wales. They were also able to meet Mariana Tolo, who's one of the Opals players, which was a big highlight for the girls there. Her Balmain zone team won the Sydney East Championships, and 10 students were chosen then to compete in the state championships. And that Sydney East team then placed 3rd in their pool and 5th overall in the whole state. So pretty impressive result across 4,000 students in New South Wales. So very impressive. And as always with any PWSA event, a big thank you to the coaches who are from Loftus and Ultimo Public Schools. That's a volunteer thing that they do. They head off to Tamworth for a week. They don't get paid overtime or anything like that for doing that. It's purely voluntary. So, those sorts of teachers, they provide these opportunities for our students to have these amazing experiences. So big thank you to them. Music news. Our 3 rock bands, the Marrickville Pigeons, the Amplifiers and Daisy Chain, will be performing on Sunday at 4 p.m. at the first ever Marrickville Metro Festival. The festival runs over Saturday and Sunday. So if you're around the area, you might want to go and check them out at 4 o'clock on Sunday. I think they're close to the closing act, so nice for them to have that opportunity. And next Tuesday, the Festival of Instrumental Music combined recorder, rehearsal and concert is on. So good luck to those students performing in that as well. School photos have started to come home. Hopefully you have seen them. If not, probably today for the primary students because they were at the carnival yesterday. If you have requested to collect photos from the office, then you can come and do that between 8:30 and 3:30. If you ordered mugs, they'll be posted to the address that you put in. You can still order some items, so things like stickers, mugs, fridge magnets and the group photos. Not the class photos, but the other groups like SRC and things like that. You can still order them online with the same code that you ordered your other items. And don't forget, you can download a free digital portrait image from the same link too. So if you haven't done that yet, head online and you can download that portrait photo too. Just wanted to let you know that next week we're having a collaborative planning week for the staff. So that means that all of our classroom teachers will have a day each together with their stage team to plan together, evaluate their teaching and learning programs, analyse student assessment data, explore the new curriculum documents, and then use all of that information to plan effective, student-centred and evidence-based teaching and learning programs for Term 3. This is really important work. It's important that our teams of teachers have the time together to ensure that really consistently high quality practice across the school. So investing in that time to have all of the stage 1 teachers together for a day, all of the year 2 teachers, stage 2 teachers together for a day and so on. I think we'll see the benefits of that next term. So just be aware that there'll be one day next week when your child won't have their regular teacher, but all the teachers that we're using are already familiar to the staff. Our specialist teachers in the school, Miss Corris in the library, Mr. Olafson, Miss Patch and Miss Kerr are all helping out with that supervision of those classes too, so they're familiar adults there for the students on that day. I think the only other thing I just wanted to mention is COVID, flu, other illnesses are all happening at the moment. So just a reminder to keep children home if they're sick. Any symptoms, keep them home until they're free of symptoms. A reminder too that if your child has persistent or ongoing symptoms that just don't seem to be clearing up, you are encouraged to take them to a doctor because sometimes they can be related to other things that maybe need different treatment or management. And sometimes, because there's so much going around, we don't necessarily remember that. There's also a reminder at the moment about vaccination programs, not necessarily COVID, but just your general childhood vaccinations. Because of COVID, lots of children missed out on their vaccinations or their booster shots and things like that. So just double check that you're up to date with all of that. You can check with your GP, but there'll also be a link in the newsletter where you can go in and find out about where they're supposed to be up to. Don't forget influenza vaccinations. They're free for children under 5. Along with a range of other people that have additional needs, pregnant women, elderly people, Aboriginal people are all have access to free flu vax. But also, it's still encouraged that all people over the age of 5 months get that. And of course, COVID booster shots as well are recommended. So if you're due for your next COVID booster shot or your child is, that's strongly encouraged as well. And we still have the increased cleaning at school. We still have access to hand sanitizer and masks. We still have COVID tests available. Masks are available to the students, and we're encouraging that ventilation too. So all those things are in place to keep our kids healthy at school. And the last thing, don't forget, Monday's a public holiday. So don't send the kids to school on Monday because there'll be no one here. And we'll see everyone back on Tuesday.